Her slap landed across my face with a force that made the air in the room still. The entire space seemed to freeze in place. Forks hovered in midair. The wine in the crystal glasses trembled as if it had a life of its own. "How dare you touch me, you disgusting man!" my mother-in-law screamed, swiping at some invisible stain on her dress. "Clean this and leave." I'd only grazed a chair as I passed the gravy down the table. And then my wife, her eyes were as cold as her voice when she spoke. "Apologize to her, or leave." So I left. I didn't slam the door. I didn't beg. I walked out of that dining room as if I were a ghost abandoning its body. 3 years of marriage. 2 of those years I spent defending her, convincing myself she was just under stress. When her mother belittled my job, I smiled. When her sister hinted that I was lucky to be with her, I agreed. I allowed them to take small digs at me, thinking that love required me to endure. Turns out, I was the only one running a marathon. The slap didn't sting. Not in the way Betrayal did. I sat in the car. The engine turned off, the darkness outside swallowing the dashboard. I wasn't thinking of revenge yet. Not yet. I was trying to remember the exact moment she stopped being on my side. Then I recalled the texts. Months ago, I'd seen a message from Adon pop up on her screen. It was the same time every night. She laughed it off, calling it a joke from a co-worker. But there were others. Quiet disappearances. A new perfume that I'd never smelled before. Laundry she'd bought for business trips. I had let all of that go. That night, I didn't go home. I checked into a hotel. I needed space to stop shaking, but I soon found myself remembering every detail, every dismissive look, every hidden secret. She thought I was too oblivious to notice. That's when I started planning. Quietly, precisely. Not loudly, but with focus. First, I'd installed a camera in the living room a month ago, half out of suspicion, half for self-defense. She never noticed it. Second, I turned to her laptop. I knew her password. It was a dog's name and our anniversary. How cute. Inside, I found everything. Messages, pictures, a folder titled Miss Weld, with images of her and Dan in hotels. Then wasn't a co-worker. He was our real estate agent, the one she insisted we use to sell my apartment. She was planning to sell my place, the one I bought before we even met. Her name wasn't on the title. Mine was. That detail would matter later. I made copies of everything, a USB drive, 2 backups on cloud storage. Then I called the agent and canceled the listing. Legally, she had no right. He tried to argue, but I let him. Then I sent him a photo of the hotel receipts with both of their names. He stopped speaking. She came home 3 hours later, her heels clicking across the floor as if nothing had happened. She entered the kitchen and paused. All the lights were on. Candles flickered, a dinner plate set on the table, steak, wine, and a folded napkin. She smiled, as though nothing was wrong. "You cooked?" "No," I said. "This is your last supper." Her laugh was brittle. "What are you talking about?" I slid the USB across the table. She didn't touch it. She simply looked at me, disdain in her eyes. "You're being dramatic." I clicked the remote, and the TV flickered to life. Surveillance footage. Huh, Dan, on our couch. She flinched. That was the first real reaction I had seen from her in months. Then came the rage. "You spied on me. You violated my privacy," she shouted. I smiled. So did Dan. Several times, apparently. She ran to call her mother. I let her. I'd already sent the same footage to every member of her family, including the dinner guests. By the time her mother answered, she already knew. "I told you he was dangerous," my wife screamed into the phone. "He's manipulating everything." I calmly took the phone from her. "She hit me," I said, "and you stood by her." I walked away, choosing not to press charges. That was your last mercy. I ended the call. She stared at me, seething. "What do you want?" "I want you out," I said. By morning, I filed for divorce. The prenup she'd never read worked in my favor. The apartment was mine. The savings were mine. Her lawyer tried to negotiate, but I countered with the footage. We settled quickly, then stopped returning her calls. His wife found out. His agency dropped him. She moved in with her mother. Weeks later, I hosted a small dinner, just friends, real friends. Same table, same wine. One of them asked about the slap. I smiled. It wiped the dust off a lens. They laughed, but I didn't. The truth is, I didn't want revenge. I wanted respect. But if they won't give it to you willingly, take it in silence. Leave it on their doorstep, wrapped in truth, and walk away clean. Some stains never come out, but some get remembered forever.